So, good afternoon. We are now in Chapter 3, History of Comparative Politics. Kung mapapansin nyo, everything about Chapter 3 is about philosophers, about scientists. Bakit? Kasi, di ba, kumbaga ang knowledge ng tao, nagsimulang na-develop nung nag-isip sila, naging philosopher sila. Nagsimula nung kina Plato, kina Socrates. Kumbaga, doon na-develop yung medyo systematic na yung approach nila into gaining knowledge. Tapos, after that, nag-evolve naman yung science. And after that, nagkaroon ng mga iba't ibang branches like sociology, geography, history. Kumbaga, ang lahat nagsimula sa philosophy. Pero, kasi yun yung pinakasimpleng paraan ng pag-iisip ng tao or pagde-devise nila kung paano magkakaroon ng knowledge. Yun. So, the first person we're going to talk about is Aristotle. Sino si Aristotle? He is termed as being the philosopher. Bakit? Sa rami ng contributions niya in the fields of mathematics, metaphysics, biology, medicine, theater, logic, ethics, and politics. Masyadong varied or masyadong malawak yung kanyang naging contribution. So, Aristotle was born in Stagira or Stagirus in 384 BCE. Kailan yung 384 BCE? Ito Yung 384 BCE, bali ang magiging reference point natin is the birth of Christ. Yung may X, yung may X. And then, pabalik. So, bago pinanganak daw si Kristo, babilang tayo ng 384 years before Christian era. Dati ang tawag lang ay BC. Kaya lang, syempre, iba-iba na yung religion ng tao sa mundo. So, bali ang nailagay na lang ay before Christian era. Kasi kung before Christ, hindi naman lahat ay naniniwalang mayroong Kristo, di ba? So, para masakop ang lahat, para dun sa reference na yun, pagdating sa dating, ginawa na before Christian era, which refers to the birth of Christ. Pagka naman yung after the birth of Christ, ang tawag ay Anno Domini. Yun nga, in English, it was after Christ was born. So, Aristotle was born in Stagira in 384 BCE. He was educated in Athens. At sino ang kanyang mga nagturo? Ito, si Plato ang nagturo sa kanya. Sino naman ang nagturo kay Plato? Si Socrates. And then si Aristotle naman ang naging tutor ni Young Alexander the Great. So, ano naman daw yung political philosophy ni Aristotle? According to him, politics and ethics were inseparable. He believes in the basic idea that all things have a purpose. Purpose, according to Aristotle, is the reason for one's existence. It is also called telos. So, purpose of telos is the reason for one's existence. So, nandyan sa libro, ang example, knife is used to cut things. So, yun yung telos ng knife. Used to cut things. So, tayo naman, according to Aristotle, is reason or yung ating pag-iisip or ration or insight or logic. Yun ang reason for our existence. So, if our actions and decisions raw is based on our primary purpose, is based on our rationality, is based on our insight, is based on logic, anong magiging outcome nun? We become virtuous, we become moral. So, sinabi dito sa una na politics and ethics were inseparable. In order for humans to be able to strive towards perfection, we need to have an environment that nurtures our rational self. That's where politics come in. The point of politics is to foster virtue in citizens and to allow them to develop their rational selves. So kung maayos daw yung politics, anong mangyayari? Mapapangalagaan niya yung virtue ng citizens. So that is ethics. And also, kung mapapangalagaan naman ang virtue ng citizens, anong mangyayari? Madidevelop yung kanilang pag-iisip or madidevelop yung kanilang insight, madidevelop yung kanilang logic. And then, paikot-ikot yan. Pag na-develop yung insight or logic or rationality, magiging mas virtuous tayo. So, paikot-ikot lang. Ano? So, politics and ethics, according to Aristotle, is inseparable. Also, according to him, having a moral government is necessary in order to have moral citizens. So, it is the government who should use its power to encourage moral virtues and rational citizens. So, ang government raw ay merong major moral responsibility to foster the values of the citizens. Saan, paanong paraan? Education, arts, philosophy, science, religion, and other things that inspire virtuous national existence. So, yung ideas ni Aristotle about government and being the protector of our virtues, hanggang ngayon, dala-dala natin siya na ang government ay protector of our person and protector of our liberties. And then, after kina Aristotle, nagkaroon ng scientific revolution. Revolution is anything that dramatically alters the society. So, scientific revolution is anything that dramatically altered the society through science. Ano? So, one of the principal characteristics of the scientific revolution was the scientific method. Ano yung scientific method? It is a system in which truth is achieved. So, ang goal of the scientific method is to achieve the truth. Paano? By questioning assumptions and from analyzing scientific data from repeatable experiments. So, our reading highlighted major events in scientific revolution or during the scientific revolution. So, one of the famous personalities during the scientific revolution is Nicholas Copernicus in 1543. So, he is the author of the publication on the revolutions of heavenly spheres. So, it says this was the first major work to propose that the earth revolved around the sun. It challenged the traditional belief that the earth was the center of the universe. So, anong tawag natin sa the earth being the center of the universe? That is geocentric. So, pagdating kina Nicholas Copernicus, ang sinabi niya, hindi, heliocentric tayo. Pag sinabing heliocentric, it is the sun that is the center of the universe. So, bago kina Nicholas Copernicus, geocentric ang paniniwala. Bakit? Kasi, base sa mga teachings of their religion, ang Diyos ang gumawa ng tao, ng daigdig. Ibig sabihin, ang daigdig ang sentro ng buong universe. Kumbaga, naunang ginawa ng Diyos ang daigdig. Yan eh. And then comes the theories of Nicholas Copernicus. Yun nga, heliocentric daw tayo. So, the sun is the center of the universe. Then next is Isaac Newton. So, Isaac Newton is the author of the book Principia. Newton is considered as one of the fathers of modern science. So, through Principia, the path to the truth was through science. Tinuruan niya yung mga tao na paano gamitin yung science para makakuha ng truth. Newton demonstrated that gravity existed. Ano pa? He he postulated the laws of motion. So, ano yung law of motion? The body in motion remains in motion, and the body at rest remain at rest unless influenced by another force. So, natatandaan nyo yun sa physics iyon. And then on page 5, it discusses the effects of the scientific revolution. So, ano-ano daw yung mga naging effects ng scientific revolution? So, the effects, truths were challenged, religions were challenged, superstition were challenged, humanity's place were challenged. So, we go to challenge, the truths challenge. So, one of the famous personalities here is René Descartes. So, dito papasok yung rise of skepticism. So, skepticism is more on observation and experimentation. So, kung ano yung madidiscover nila doon, yun yung magiging truth para sa kanila. Now, si Descartes, ginawa niyang masyadong malalim ang pag-analyze and he even questioned his own existence. Pero sa huli, sinabi rin niya na yung pag-isip niya sa existence ng sarili niya already proved his existence itself. So, dahil nag-iisip ka, ibig sabihin, nag-e-exist ka. It is your rationality which makes you existent. Baga, totoo ba ako? Tao ba ako? Oo, totoo ka. Kasi andyan ka, nag-iisip ka. Next, effect. So, another effect of scientific revolution is that religion is challenged. So, yung nabanggit natin kanina na heliocentric, geocentric, yun yung naging challenge sa religion. Dati pinaniniwalaan nila na the earth is the center of the universe. Pero pagdating kina Nicholas Copernicus nga, na hindi tayo ang sentro ng universe. It is the sun which is the center of the universe. Another one is that marami silang mga na-discover na natural laws such as magnetism, gravity. So, kung ma-explain daw lahat ng natural laws or yung mga na-discover na natural laws, there is little room left for the intervention of the divine actor. Dati kasi, pag hindi nila kayang ipaliwanag ang isang bagay, that is an act of God. Pero the more you can explain anything or a phenomena, parang nawawalan na ng papel yung paniniwala kay God. Ito ay para lang sa discussion. Hindi ko sinasabing walang Diyos or for purposes of discussion lamang. So another effect is that superstitions were challenged. So supernatural forces that have pervaded medieval culture. Those who were educated in the new science and astronomy began to deny the existence or effectiveness of magic practices such as alchemy, witchcraft, or the supernatural powers or traditional healers. So, nawala na yung faith healing, yung witchcraft, yung alchemy, kasi meron na silang explanation on most of the things that happen. And then, humanity's place is challenged. Kung dati naniniwala tayo kung nandun tayo sa geocentric phase, na ang Earth ang center of the universe, ibig sabihin, naniniwala rin tayo na ang tao ang sentro ng universe. Pero, because of the Copernican model, or the heliocentric model, tinanggal niya ang paniniwala na ang tao ang sentro ng universe. But instead, he placed human as just a tiny piece in the universe. So we now go to page 9, the scientific method. So scientific method is a technique. Saan ginagamit yung technique na yon? It is used to establish knowledge or to modify existing knowledge. So sa dalawa, establish knowledge or modify. Babaguhin mo yung already existing knowledge. The scientific method allows scientists to formulate theories and then test them to determine whether those theories are correct or not. So the scientific method involves several steps. First one is you postulate questions, and then you conduct research, and then you propose a hypothesis, you test the hypothesis, and then you analyze the result of the experiment, and then you form a conclusion. Kung third year na kayo, gagamitin nyo ito sa thesis ninyo. And then, nung high school kayo, nagamit nyo siya sa pagkakandak nyo ng experiment. So, itong pattern na ito yung sinusundan natin hanggang ngayon. So, we now go to page 10, early development of the scientific method. The scientific method, as we know it, didn't simply pop up overnight. It evolved into being. So, it is an evolution. Yung alam natin na scientific method ngayon, hindi siya yung dating scientific method. So, it is the Greeks who helped develop the scientific method. Di ba yung na-discuss natin dati sa ethics na sila yung unang mga thinkers about the existence of man, about the existence of the trees, about the existence of everything around them. So, anong ginagawa nila? Nag-o-observe lang sila, nauupo sila, tinitignan nila yung bagay na gusto nilang intindihin. Ganyan. And then, come the medieval era, or the advent of scholasticism. Sa scholasticism naman, everything, every explanation ay kinocombine na nila ng Christian teaching. So, every truth is associated with religion. And then after that, after scholasticism, is the Renaissance or the Enlightenment. At dito na nagsimula yung unti-unti tinanggal yung religion sa knowledge na alam natin. Kumbaga, inihiwalay na yung religion. Kung dati panahon ni na Socrates, masyadong baby pa yung pag-gather natin ng knowledge. Kaya yung ibang mga theories nila na debunk kasi halos ang basis ay pansarili lang na opinion nila. And then came scholasticism, ang explanation naman is more on the God or more godly based. Pagdating sa Renaissance and Enlightenment, dito na talaga yung improved ways of ascertaining knowledge. So the real breakthrough in the development of the scientific method came from a man named Roger Bacon. So si Roger Bacon gave emphasis on experimentation. It is now the experimentation as we know it. Bacon suggested scientific truth could be found out through the cycle of observation, hypothesis, experimentation, and independent verification. So another one is Francis Bacon. Is the father of empiricism. So according to Francis Bacon, yung empiricism, every knowledge comes from our sensory experience. So lahat ng kaalaman na nakukuha natin ay nade-determine natin dahil sa ating sensory experience. Ano yung mga sensory experience natin? All the experience that we were able to acquire using our sense organs. So lahat ng nape-perceive ng ating senses at napaprocess ng ating utak, yun yung ating sensory experiences. He also stressed on inductive reasoning, which involves reasoning through specific cases in order to reach broader conclusions. So we go to René Descartes. Si René Descartes is a French philosopher who is often called the father of modern philosophy. Kabaliktaran ni Francis Bacon, Descartes was a rationalist. He believed that human reason was the chief source of knowledge and not sensory experience. Si Descartes ay famous for his axiom, I think, therefore I am. I think, therefore I am. It is our reasoning. It is our logic which makes us human. So, ang definition ng being human sa kanya is if you are rational. And that rationality distinguishes us from other living things. Ano? Like animals, ganyan. So, we now go to page 11, Political Thinkers of the Enlightenment. So, Enlightenment was a philosophical movement roughly between 1650 to 1780 that stressed reason and individualism over the values of tradition. So, Enlightenment puts stress on reason and individualism. So, more on humanity itself. Yung tao mismo, inalis na yung mga traditional values. So, nag-focus lang yung Enlightenment sa individual. So, one of the famous persons here is John Locke. John Locke is an English philosopher of the 17th century. He postulated on the social contract theory, wherein the individuals create government by agreeing to give up some freedoms in exchange for the protection of other freedoms. So, ito yung na-discuss natin last time na kumbaga ang tao ay meron siyang kontrata sa government. Meron some sort of contract with the government na kung saan, sige, iluluklok namin kayo dyan, pero you have to take care of our freedom. Once na yung duty nyo of taking care of our freedom ay hindi nyo nagawa, may karapatan kaming alisin kayo dyan. So, according to Locke, ang tao daw ay pinanganak na independent at ang tingin niya sa kapwa niya tao ay co-equal. So, pantay-pantay. Pantay-pantay ang tingin ng bawat isa. And then, those group of persons created an impartial government na kung sakaling magkaroon man ng conflict, gagawin niya uling parang ibabalik niya sa status quo lahat. Ayusin niya para magkaroon ulit ng pantay-pantay and independence ang bawat isa. So, to Locke, the government existed to protect the rights of the people, and the government was only legitimate because the people trusted it to protect their freedoms. So, almost all the enlightened thinkers focus on individual rights and individualism. Ito sina François-Marie Arouet or si Voltaire, ang pen name niya. Yun nga, nag-focus din siya sa individual rights. And then si Immanuel Kant, he also stressed the individualism of enlightenment in political terms. So to Kant, the way to create lasting peace was to restructure governments as constitutional republics, where elected officials govern a nation within the legal powers given by a constitution. Another one is Adam Smith. So, ganun din, kailangan bigyan rin raw ng kalayaan ng tao. So, he postulated on free markets and laissez-faire economics. He said that government should have little control over the economy. He also proposed the idea that the efforts of the individuals to help themselves often end up helping society. So kung nagiging practice raw ng bawat individual ang tulungan ng isa't isa, in the long run, natutulungan na rin niya ang society. Ang tawag daw doon ay invisible hand. So we now go to The Prince by Machiavelli. So sinabi dito na si Machiavelli, disenchanted and bitter siya with the state of politics in his hometown, Kumbaga dun siya humugot ng emosyon kung bakit nabuo niya yung The Prince. So, The Prince raw is dedicated to Lorenzo di Piero de' Medici. So, iba-iba yung theory yan eh. Merong nagsasabi na ang The Prince ay sarcastically dedicated to the Prince during Machiavelli's time. Tapos yung iba naman, ang sabi nila, parang pinapayuhan niya yung Prince na kailangan yun yung gawin para ma-prolong yung power niya. O yung iba naman, sinasabi na it is an attempt to win back the Medici's favor. Kasi nga 'di ba na ano siya, nung bandang huli ng kwento niya, hindi siya pinagkatiwalaan ng Medici family. They even imprisoned him, tortured him, and expelled him from Florentine politics. So the prince focuses on autocratic regimes. Pag sinabing autocratic, it is absolute power. Or nasa iyo lang, ikaw ang sentro ng kapangyarihan. Ano? So, hindi daw kasali ang republics or democracies. So, ang major na argument ng libro is how to establish a stable regime. So, hindi lang yung pagkuha mo ng power, pag-grab mo ng power, kundi kasama na rin yung kung paano mo mamapanatili na nasa iyo yung power for whatever time, for whatever duration that you may want to have it. So Machiavelli offers practical, straightforward, yet alarming advice for a would-be tyrant. Sinabi niya na kailangan pag-aralan yung art of war. Ano yung art of war? Kasi sa gera, hindi ka lang sugod ng sugod. Kailangan kilala mo yung kalaban mo. Kailangan alam mo yung kalakasan mo at kung ano ang kahinaan mo, saan mo gagamitin yung kahinaan mo, saan mo gagamitin yung kalakasan mo. Sinabi ko na saan mo gagamitin yung kahinaan. Meron tayong mga kahinaan na pwede nating maging advantage. Example, kung mahihain ka, tapos alam mong yung gusto mong hingan ng pabor ay masyadong matulungin. Kumbaga, hindi kayong bastang, pwede ba ako makahingi ng ganito? Pwede ba ako makahiram ng ganito? Hindi. Anong gagawin mo? Magpapaawa ka para maawa sa'yo yung tao. Mas lalo kanyang bibigyan sa halip na parang laging pasabi ka ng pasabi na kailangan mo ng ganito, kailangan mo ng ganyan. Hindi. May mga tactics rin raw on how to win people. So, ang The Prince daw paints the effective tyrant as someone who pursues whatever is politically expedient and not whatever is virtuous. So, sa The Prince, hindi raw mahalaga yung pagiging virtuous ng isang tao. Hindi mahalaga yung pagiging mabait, hindi mahalaga yung pagiging magalang. Ang mahalaga kung paano magiging expedient o kung paano magkakaroon ng katuparan yung kanyang mga balak o mga plano. So sinabi din diyan na the ends justify the means. So kahit masama yung ginamit mo para makuha mo yung means mo na mabuti, mas okay yon. Or, hindi, okay pa rin yun. So, ang titignan lagi ay yung ends. Kung ano yung purpose mo. So, halimbawa, kung gusto mong matulungan yung mga mahihirap, pero galing sa pagnanakaw, okay lang yun. Nagaling sa pagnanakaw na as long lahat ng nakaw na kinukuha mo ay maibibigay mo sa mga mahihirap. So, parang ganon. Pagdating dito sa teachings ng The Prince, the end goal of a tyrant is to preserve the stability of the state and the legitimacy of his reign. So, the tyrant should do whatever possible to preserve that stability. So, gagawin niya lahat para lang manatiling nandun siya sa trono. kahit ano pang way ang gamitin niya. So, sinasabi na yung um, yung yung mga modern politicians natin ay parang sila yung na-describe dun sa The Prince, cunning and greedy individuals. Ang tatanungin ko kayo, kung nakikita nyo yung style ng pamamahala ni Duterte, yan eh. So, I'm not a pro, hindi ako pro Duterte, hindi ako anti-Duterte. Yun yung question ko, ano eh. Pag-isipan nyo, sa tingin nyo, pattern ba yung pamamahala ni Duterte dun sa The Prince? So, sa The Prince, ano raw yung ideal prince? Ang emphasis niya is not on virtue, but on the effectiveness of the leadership of the prince. So, parang wapakels na tayo kung hindi man siya virtuous na tao, pero kung nakikita naman natin na effective yung pamamahala niya, okay lang. So, parang ganun yung dinidepict ng The Prince. So, punta naman tayo kay Thomas Hobbes and John Locke. So, Thomas Hobbes is an English philosopher. So, he is the author of Leviathan. So, Leviathan is a biblical character yan eh. So, ito, sinasabi na parang sa ilalim ng dagat ay merong devil or parang monster na nasa ilalim ng dagat na karakter yan eh. So naihalin tulad niya ang tao sa Leviathan. Ayan, sa pinakang puso kasi ng dagat, ang Leviathan ay nandun at siya ay isang monstrous creature. And then, naihalin tulad daw ni Hobbes ang human being sa Leviathan. Sa core natin or sa kaibuturan ng ating puso ay tayo ay mga selfish creatures daw. So, if man is placed in a state of nature, humans would be in a state of constant warfare with one another. Kasi mag-aagawan daw tayo sa lahat ng bagay, magko-contest tayo sa lahat ng bagay. In this natural state, Hobbes stated the life of man was solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. So, pessimistic siya. And ang pinaniniwalaan niya na makakasolve ng ganitong state ng tao is absolute monarchy, which he believes should have supreme and unchecked power. So, sobrang absolute. Lahat nasa kanya yung power, and then walang magagawa ang tao kundi sumunod. Next is John Locke. So, John Locke, like Hobbes, is also an English philosopher. Pero, kabaliktaran ni Hobbes, para kay John Locke, ang natural state daw ng tao ay generally good and wise. They naturally work together to better their own position. So, parang mas ideal kung pakikinggan. Ang para sa kanya, ang dapat na gobyerno kung ganito ang mga tao ay limited monarchy. A monarch subjects could provide for themselves and determine as a community the best way forward. Yan. So, kung ang monarch daw naman ang magiging cause to hamper the community's forward progress, pwedeng tanggalin ng mga tao yung kanilang monarch. So, yun yung pinopropose ni John Locke. Magkabaliktaran sila ni Hobbes. So, yun na-picture nyo na parang malaki talaga yung pinagdaanan ng mga beliefs, political beliefs. So, habang nag-evolve ang history, nade-develop din yung manner of acquiring knowledge ng tao. Kasabay nun yung manner of acquiring political knowledge. So, that would be all for chapter 3. Thank you.